you. First of all, can anyone define me about rice crop? What we have discussed in last. So this was our last lecture. I'm going to repeat it little bit so that you can have a view of that. So origin basically I have told you that origin is a term coined by scientists where maximum diversity or maximum cultivated species or maximum genetic pool is found for a particular crop. So in India, rice has been cultivated since ancient times, and there were two scientists, Deacon Dole and Watt. They thought that South India was the origin where rice was originated, but it was the great scientist Vavilov in 1926. He found out and suggested that India and Burma is the center of origin of rice. Now these are in these two pictures. This is the whole biology uh, about the seed, about the panicle seeds, about the plant. Like it is a shallow rooted crop. The roots are very small, and you have these are the you can say these are the tillers, the different leaves which are growing, and this is the panicle. This is the panicle where the seeds are attached. This is known as rice panicle, and with that your seeds are attached and grown into different shape and sizes. This in the second picture you can see the rice crop about to be no, about to be coming on the harvest stage and turning its color from green to brown. Because I also want to tell you that when the crop is coming on its maturity and harvesting stage, when it is green it has lot of moisture, but when it comes into the maturity and harvesting stage, the water level drops off, the water level goes down. That's why the grain turn brown in color. Geographical distribution, I have told you, rice is cultivated in the whole world. Like Asia, in Asia we produce near about 80 to 90% of rice. 80 to 90% of rice, only 10% is grown in other continents. And also Asia is the huge consumption. Like in Asia, rice is the crop which is eaten by whole of people in lot amount. Rice is, you can say, staple food of Asia. Now in this slide I've told you about the leading countries like Japan, Brazil, China, India, Indonesia are growing rice crop. In Indian states, Andhra Pradesh is leading, then Bihar, Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, West Bengal. West Bengal and Uttar Pradesh have the highest rice production. After that, Punjab and Haryana comes. And the average yield per hectare is highest in Punjab, which is 3346. 3346 is highest in rice crop in Punjab. Now, economic importance, I have told you 90% of rice is produced in Asia alone, and 6-7% of production is exported. Like 90% is produced, 80 to 83% is eaten by the people in Asia alone, only 6-7% is exported. And rice eaters and growers form the bulk of the world's food. Like it is the food of the poor. It is easily cooked. Whenever you are hungry, the rice crop can be the rice can be cooked easily in 10 to 15 minutes. And in areas like where non-veg is more prominent, rice crop is eaten in 2 to 3 meals there. Then we have the economic importance. Economic importance, like how much economy, how much money it is coming from the rice crop. So in this,
करने छोड़ देख लिया हम लेकिन
Keshav Kumar, what are you saying?
सॉरी सर
Rice is synonym with food throughout Asia, but all of Asia know what is rice, how it is prepared. Now the climatic requirements, like I have told you, rice crop needs a lot of hot and humid climate. It is best suited to high humidity, prolonged sunshine, and assured water supply. The average temperature required throughout the life period is 21 to 37 degrees Celsius. Like I have told you in the starting, it requires temperature near about 20 to 30 degrees Celsius. But after that, when the tillering stage comes, it requires 25 degrees Celsius. At harvesting, it requires very less temperature, near about 20 to 21 degrees. So, by this range, there is a variability of temperature required for the rice crop, which is 21 to 37 degrees Celsius. And at the time of tillering, the crop require higher temperature than growth. Tillering के time में ज़्यादा temperature चाहिए होता है. Temperature requirement for blooming is 26 to 30 degrees Celsius. And during ripening, I have already told you when harvesting stage comes, the temperature lowers like 20 to 25 degrees enough. And for photoperiodically, rice is a short day plant. I've already told you what is a short day plant, how much sunshine it requires for its activity. Soil is very much important. Like we require clay or clay loam soil because we have to hold water inside the crop for 1 to 2 months. pH is little bit acidic, 5.5 to 6.5. We can grow rice in alkali crops also, but the soil is treated with gypsum or pyrite. Pyrite is iron and gypsum is sulfur. We supply uh, these two chemicals into the soil. The soil become acidic and is good for cultivation of the rice crop. The important varieties I have discussed with you was Ratna, Jaya, Rashi, Trivani, Mandya, Swarprabha, Red Annapurna in the south, Aishwarya in the south, Basmati in northern India, Trivani, Mandya in the middle, Ratna, Jaya in the north northeastern parts like UP and this. These was this was discussed in the last lecture. So let's start about the agronomic practices which are important for the rice crop. So in the land preparation you can say the field is prepared by plowing the rice field with soil turning plow. A turning plow is used so that we can uplift the soil which is remained bottom so that we can make a puddled condition so that uh, we prepare the soil by turning the soil again, leveling it again, turning it so that the lower layers of the soil become so concrete, so tough, so rough and so hard so that water cannot travel through it into the below soil. And the rice field is filled with water and then puddled twice by paddy puddler or once by rotavator. Like when we prepare the soil, when we turn the soil 1 to 3 times, then we apply water, hold the water into the field up to 1 to 2 feet, and then again puddle it so that water cannot go through after puddling. The water cannot go through the soil. Then seed rate. Seed rate, I have told you earlier that the seed rate required if we go with the broadcasting method like throwing the seeds into the field through our hand, the seed requirement is very large, that is 80 kg per hectare. But if we are transplanting like growing nursery and then transplanting into the main field, then only 20 to 30 kg per hectare seed is required. Now, the newest method, which is systematic rice intensification, like which is grown by, which is sown by a machine into the main field directly. The seed required by that drill is only 5 to 8 kg. Like how much seed, like 10 to 12, 13 kg of seed you are protecting by using SRI method from the transplanting method, and huge level near about 70 kg you can protect it from the broadcasting method. Next is seed treatment. Like guys, if we are going rice crop, you know it is a staple food, and seed treatment is very important to protect the crop from soil borne diseases, seed borne diseases, and so to have optimum level of yield. So treatment is done by dissolving 10 gram carbendazim. Bavastine is the chemical by which seed treatment is done, and it is taken 10 gram and 1 gram streptocycline in 10 liters of water for 10 kg of seeds. Like 10 gram carbendazim plus 1 gram streptocycline is dissolved in 10 liters of water, and the seed is sown into this liquid, and it is done only for 24 hours. If we done more, it is not good for the seed, and the seed is soaked for 24 hours before transplanting, and the seeds then after that the seed is uh, you can sieved through a cloth, and the water is thrown away, and the seed remains in the cloth, and it is sown inside the field. Then comes another agronomic practice like sowing method. What is the sowing method? So basically, these two methods are been using by the farmers in the whole India from the last 50-60 years, like direct seeding or broadcasting method. In this method, seed is directly sown in unpuddled and puddled field prepared for soil at appropriate moisture. Like direct seeding and broadcasting method can be used in puddled field where we have puddled the field and seed is thrown to the whole area. Or you can directly throw the seed on the unpuddled, like directly throw the seeds on the soil and then puddle it. Then go for the puddling method. Second important method is in which yield is more, seed also takes less quantity, and uniform distribution of the plants can be seen in the field. This method is known as transplanting method. In this method, we prepare one or two raised bed, and the seed is thrown over that method so that it can be grown. And when the sapling grow for 25 to 30 days old, when they have 4 to 5 leaves, these are uprooted and these are transplanted into the main field. Howsoever, if we are using SRI method, systematic rise intensification method, 10-day-old nursery can be transplanting at this much spacing, 25 into 25 centimeter between plant to plant and row to row, and 1 to 2 plants per hill, and we sow 1 to 2 plants on the same hill so that if one can die, our crop can survive by the other. After that, what is the sowing time? Sowing time is important, guys. Like in northern part, in Punjab, Haryana, UP, you can say near about Madhya Pradesh, the sowing time is in the Kharif season, and it comes into the month of June and July. We sow the seed in June and July. But howsoever, in hilly area like northeastern parts, Assam, Meghalaya, these states, The sowing is done in February, March. Sowing is done in February, March. Next is manures and fertilizer. 80 to 100 kg of nitrogen per hectare is applied in 3 split doses, like 40 to 50 kg as a basal dose. When we grow the crop, we supply urea. Then after tillering stage, no, after 10-15 days, 30 days, when the tillering stage start, 1/4 20 to 25 kg at tillering stage, and remaining a week before, after 40 to 60 days, another 20 to 25 kg is supplied to the field. Phosphorus, phosphorus and potassium is supplied at the basal dose, and the quantity of phosphorus is 40 to 45 kg, and potassium is 30 to 40 kg. And this is applied after taking the soil test. Then some soils are enriched in some particles, some are deficient in some nutrients and minerals. So after taking the soil test, we can apply accordingly. The application of micronutrient may also be applied, like zinc, boron, calcium can also be applied as these micronutrients are important for the rice crop. Next is water management. As told you earlier, water is very much important for the rice crop. If there is less or no water, the rice crop will be, you can say, you have the production zero, it will be very less, very less. So uniform leveling of field, like proper water stagnation should be there in the field, so that rice crop is most essential for effective water management. And if we have proper water, what it will help, it will facilitate good tillering and better nitrogen uptake, and helps in reducing weed population. Efficient water, if available, it will help in good growth, good tillering, more number of tillers, more number of seed, or you can say rice production can be there. Better nitrogen uptake, as you say, nitrogen is the most important, you can say, nutrient. So more nitrogen is equal to more production, and helps in reducing, and if there is anaerobic condition, the weed population will be very less. Weed will not grow in anaerobic condition, as water is there will be less oxygen. So this is the rice crop, in which we have done about the management, package and practices. Now the next is harvesting and threshing. After everything, last point is harvesting. So the crop should be harvested when the grains turn yellow, as I've shown you in the picture. When the grains start turning from green to yellow, little brown, and moisture content is below 25%. मतलब मैंने आपको बताया था ना, जब green होते the moisture is more. So when moisture become little near about 20%, moisture becomes 20%, harvesting is done. And the harvesting we can done through sickle manually, as done in Bihar and UP in some part, or can be done with the combined harvester, like done mostly in Punjab, Haryana states. And export of basmati rice is given below, and basmati rice fetches a good amount of price. Like the export of basmati rice during 1011 was 23.71 lakhs, while in 1516 was 40.45 lakhs. Import of the basmati rice is negligible as we can produce a lot of rice in the country. And minimum support price. The minimum support price is for fatty fixed by Department of Agriculture and Corporation on the recommendation of CACP is given below. Like till 16 and 17 it was 1510. Good quality of rice was given 1510 and common rice was given 1470. I hope you have understood the lecture. This is the rice crop and I will send you the notes. Thank you and have a nice day.